This year's Belgian Grand Prix will bring the first half of the season to a close. After the race, the teams and drivers will head home for a well-deserved summer break. It's, however, breaking the tradition of the conventional calendar as Spa tends to be in the first or the second half of the season, with Paul Ricard losing its place on the calendar, though this has been bumped up before the summer break, and this weekend in Spa will be a sprint weekend, so that should add an extra layer of intrigue into everything, with rain expected to make an appearance as well. And yeah, of course, with the unfortunate death of a young Iron Frecker, this incident could well have been avoided, and with race directors maybe red flagging sessions, and with rain forecast this weekend, there could be some very tough decisions. Hopefully, like 2021, it doesn't play too much havoc and we can have a safe race this weekend. Other talking points coming into this weekend: Aston Martin's fortunes this season kind of rely on their upgrades at this weekend. Big upgrades supposedly coming after a tough few races, so yeah, they need to be back on form this weekend and get back to their previous competitive levels. And away from the spotlight, there's almost zero attention given to the fact Max Verstappen is on a potential record-breaking run, having already won 7 races in a row, second most, and of course Vettel with 9 is the most, and yeah, only 2 wins away from matching that, and maybe going one step further. And the level of his performances, I don't think anyone would be surprised if he goes on to win 9, 10, even more races, such as the dominant run he's on at the moment. Lando Norris has now secured 2 runners-up finishes in a row, and he established himself as a front-runner in F1. Not many would have thought the reversal of fortunes is possible for McLaren after the start of the season it had. Having said that, right now Norris is the closest challenger for Verstappen at the 2023 Belgian Grand Prix. He'll be hoping to pick up another podium finish, but Aston Martin is very much down in the dumps. And yeah, with upgrades coming this weekend, Alonso will be hoping that kind of takes him back into contention, because it does seem like the McLaren and the Mercedes kind of have led away a bit as the 2 teams behind Red Bull. But anyway, this one for race winner is probably easy to predict as well, with Max Verstappen probably picking up another win. The Red Bull was as hooked onto the track as any other car, and Max Verstappen was breathtakingly fast last time around. He came through the field methodically to take the lead and race it and win comfortably. This time around, even though weather could be a factor, it's hard to look beyond him as the favourite. We're picking Verstappen to become the winner this weekend, and yeah, to be honest, it probably shouldn't be too much of a surprise considering the incredible run of form that him and his team are showing at the moment. But Alpine has had a torrid time of late, and McLaren's surge has coincided with its decline. The team is now 6th of the Constructors' Championship, having targeted closing in on 3rd. To add to this, the misfortune of consecutive double DNFs have left the team in a hapless situation. Having said that, it could be a competitive one for the team, as a team that's been strong at this track in the past as well. So yeah, they need to get back to points-porking position soon, otherwise potentially jobs could be on the line. Alex Albon has also been a dark horse, with many races that he's performed exceptionally well at, on kind of similar tracks to this, long straights as well. And Williams should go really, really well here, and maybe an opportunity to get another points finish as well. However, we've seen long straights and Mercedes don't really go hand in hand, as was evident last season as well. And this year, we could see them struggling again, as was evident in Austria. Mercedes was the second fastest car in Hungary, maybe with McLaren, but I doubt it will be able to repeat that in Belgium. The only thing that Yuki Tsunoda needs to make sure that he did not let Daniel Ricciardo get a good start in his new partnership, but Ricciardo did, and yeah, he'll be more prepared for this weekend. And AlphaTauri maybe could have a more competitive car. Yuki can't afford to lose this one to Ricciardo. So yeah, we also fascinated to see how the AlphaTauri driving pairing lineup comes along this weekend too. Lots happening around the sport this week in the build-up to the race. Drivers kind of warming against the weather and running in the weather, which of course with the recent Spa tragedies, of course it makes sense. As well, there was the stuff with Alpine with everything going on there and all the staff leaving, and to be honest, with Laurent Rossi leaving, it just looks a complete mess at the moment, but it'll be interesting to see how that all pans out over the summer break really. In practice 1, it was basically a wet session, obviously not ideal for the time for the team with everything going on there, and sprint weekend and everything like that, and the need for running. It was Carlos Sainz who stopped it with 2 McLarens behind, but of course in the wet, lap times over 2 minutes, of course, with how long Spa is in the wet. There isn't a huge amount you can really read into it, which is a bit of a shame, but it's going to give us a more unpredictable rest of the weekend, you'd say, for sure, especially if we get more dry running. And finally, my predictions for this weekend. On pole, I'm going to say it'd be Max Verstappen for Red Bull. I'm winning the race, I'm going to say Max Verstappen for Red Bull. I know, I really do like predicting shocks, don't I? But yeah, I mean, it's just so hard to look behind anything else at the moment, really, just such as they're dominant. But in second, I'm going to say it will be Sergio Perez. I think finally will have quite a smooth weekend. And yeah, with the pace in that Red Bull, I think this is a track that will suit them as well. Not that any of the other tracks haven't. He'll get the win. I'm going to say Lando Norris, long straights will benefit McLaren too. He'll come in third. But anyway, guys, that's it. Really. Thanks so much for watching. Like, subscribe, no thoughts, comments over daily F1 news, and subscribe to the channel. Greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.